Hello, welcome to this very special edition of the Pace Report. I'm Brian Pace. In a career spanning some 60 years, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Bernie Worrell has done something that is outside of the funk, jazz, as well as the world music vein that he's collaborated with as far as Parliament-Funkadelic to the Talking Heads. He released his very first solo piano record, which was produced by visionary and bassist Bill Laswell for M.O.D Technologies. And this record is something very unique and different. He decided to go back to his classical roots, in which he was trained at Juilliard, and play some very, very contemporary songs with a very contemporary twist on the solo piano tip. And I'm talking about he's playing very diverse songs ranging from Redemption Song by Bob Marley to Alabama by John Coltrane. I sat down earlier with him this week at the Stone, and we talked about why he decided to record this record almost 60 years into his career. And we also talked about how the classical element really helped him play and keep his mind focused on really bringing contemporary twist to these songs that he was presenting to you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the sounds of Bernie Worrell live here at the Stone, here on the Pace Report here in New York City. You know, the last time we broke bread was about 3 years ago for your big band, and now we're coming back to your solo project, your first solo piano project, Elevation the Upper Room. Tell me about how you decided to do this record, in particular the songs that you chose for this.
Okay, first of all, I didn't decide to do it. Bill Laswell approached me. What do you think? I said, I don't know. They're not like, for Baby Grand. They're not like they used to be, but then I thought about it and eventually said yes. And we made a list out. I made a list, and Bill made a list, and then we got together and picked from both lists of which songs to do. And then he said, "You got to do a couple of originals." I said, "Okay." So I just did the originals off the top of my head. Just how I do. I just sit down, play whatever comes, and we did the record in one day.
Bernie, going into your classical roots, it seems like playing solo piano, you're really kind of stripped naked, and the musician is forcing, in many ways, exposing himself to the craft.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to do it, because I like playing with people. I don't like playing by myself. So, but I just let it go and let whatever God sent, just played it. I could act a fool, go monkish on them, which I like to do. But consonant and then dissonant all of a sudden, to element of surprise or expression and dynamics, and then, make people feel different elements, just like the senses. Right. Joy, happy, sad, mad, glad.
Because I listened to this record, and two of the beautiful songs on this, you did a mean arrangement of Bob Marley's Redemption Song, and then you also go very hard and do Coltrane's Alabama.
Yeah, I gotta remember how it goes. I can never remember. Bill suggested Alabama. I said, "How'd that go?" Then he hummed that and said, "Oh yeah, I know that song." So I made a chart out, and I don't know, that's what came out.
Going back to your Juilliard and your New England Conservatory of Music Studies, how did that help you in really kind of instrumentally playing the keyboards in your professional career, both on the funk side as well as the soul, as well as the classical side?
Well, learning the rudiments and the basics, theory and harmony, scales, Hanon studies. The classical people know what that is. Technique, it helps with the technique and fingering. I'm a rhythmic player, so I mix the rhythms of the classical genre with Latin, funk, rock. What I do is mix it all together, because I'm actually a drummer, but I play keys. So I'm a rhythmic player, but with melody and chords. So I'm playing drums. I don't play the real trap drums, but I'm playing it on, because the keyboard piano is a percussive instrument. So you get added melody and chordal structure along with, the drum element. So that's why I love the clarinet, because I can, or whatever comes out.
When you were recording Elevation, the Upper Room, everyone knows you. We love you as a dynamic keyboard player, but playing those 88 keys, how hard or how easy was for you to do this?
Well, thank God the action of their particular piano that I used on this recording was just about right. It was a little stiff for me, but that the action being see, I can't play anything real stiff. It has to be like a loose action. And this was kind of like in between. And air conditioning kills me. So I had to take breaks, you know, put some more Tiger Balm on. Use the expression pedal a lot. You know, but thank God, one of Bill's suggestions of what he wanted to do was stretch everything out, just space, a lot of space, so I could take my time, you know, and just space it out, which everyone knows because they say the word I hear almost from everybody is that it's beautiful. Some people cry, but meditate is another word. People can meditate to it. So I think the spacing of the melody and the whole the painting, along with Bill's ambient sounds and whatnot, it's ethereal, and we'll take you there. Maybe Staples. I would have liked to do that one too. See, I like rearranging pieces. I was going to say old pieces, but they're not old. They'll never be old. But I just like rearranging existing songs. You just put a twist on it. It's the same song, but let people see another Brucey Collins, another point of view. Right.
as a kid, you were a child prodigy playing the piano, and your mom forced you to play classical. But you had to learn the rudiments, like you said. Give me your take now on people like Oscar Peterson and guys like Glenn Gould, who really kind of paved the way for how the music as well as how the piano can be interpreted and played in so many different ways.
Well, talk about technique. See, I'm not a. That's what I meant by the classical technique. And both of those gentlemen do also, but also the jazz. I mean, what they've given. I don't know. It's beyond. I can't put it in words. It's Oscar's proficiency. Man, when I first heard him, never got to see him in person, but just listening, I said, okay, I'll go sit down. I mean, I can't do that style.
Cause see, I say that because when I think of Glenn Gould or when I think of Oscar Peterson or Dave Brubeck, I see you doing what they did for the keyboards and for soul music.
Okay, thank you. I wouldn't put myself in, that category, but
just how you innovated your style. You took the rudiments of the basics of what they've done, but you put your own twist in your own unique style to the keyboards.
Well, I think that's what we all do, because everyone has their own thing. So I was given a chance to do what I do, just like Herbie, another one of my favorites, or Joe Zawinul. Keith Emerson. I was just with Keith at Moog Fest 3 days ago. And Keith Emerson is also classically trained. Yes, and so then he mixed it. I was telling Keith Thursday, he's the reason why I bought the Moog, because in my sophomore year in college, I heard Tarkus. I still have the cassette. And I heard the sound. I said, what is that? Of course, it's the original wall, the module, the big, Moog. And then, I guess a few years later, the Mini Moog came out. I immediately went and got one. Then the rest is Flashlight, One Nation. Well, yeah, we all do our own thing. Put up, our twist of whatever it is, and you pick up on it. I also see. I like guitar too. I always wanted to play guitar, and but I could never get to the board. So that's another reason why the clarinet. And I hear what the guitarist is doing. So I take what I can and try to simulate on the clav guitar licks or whatnot. And the clav being a stringed instrument, then I just add some pedals and go into Jimmy land, Mr. Hendrix.
you've seen the highs and lows of the music industry, and one of the things that people still respect you for is that you still really pay and are very serious about the keyboards and the piano. What do you want this next generation of musicians, especially keyboardists, to know moving forward on your legacy?
What I want them to know, okay, know that music is music. Know that it doesn't behoove you to play just one style. You get more enriched by being able to play a different number of genres. And by being able to do that, you'll be able to create your own thing and take it further from your predecessors. Be open-minded. Know that there's not just you, it's everyone. So you give and take from a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Whatever you're into, I'm not saying like try to do everything or like everything. Take what you like and listen, and then do your own thing. That's how the new forms are created, from hip-hop to electronic music. Something came before that. So they're your teachers. Then you take it and make it your own. And we'll be listening to you.
That'll do it again for another edition of the Pace Report. I'm Brian Pace. I'd like to personally thank the incomparable and talented and the legendary Bernie Worrell for his time, as well as the staff and management at the Stone for their warm hospitality. As always, please visit my website, www.thepacereport.com, for my weekly column as well as my past segments. Until next time, remember, if it's in the groove, it'll make you move. Till next time, peace.